Marvel fans everywhere were devastated on Tuesday to hear the news that Disney and Sony had essentially ended their relationship in regards to Spider-Man. An early report about broken negotiations quickly spiraled into a wild series of events that put all of our emotions on a roller coaster for the majority of the evening. The whole ordeal can be confusing, but the long and short of it is this. There's a good chance that Spider-Man won't be back in the MCU. At least not anytime soon. I'll explain. Sony owns the film rights to Spider-Man and all of the Spider-related characters. After the failure of Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man movies, Sony reached a deal with Disney to allow Marvel Studios to use Peter Parker and other characters in the MCU movies. The deal also came with that caveat that Marvel and Kevin Feige would help produce and oversee Sony's standalone Spider-Man films, allowing them to continue the MCU story. Outside of the characters being used by Marvel Studios, Sony was still free to make standalone films based on other Spider-ish people like Venom and Morbius. Marvel still owned all of the licensing and merchandising rights, while Sony took all but 5% of the profits from the Tom Holland Spidey movies. Fast forward to this week when Spider-Man Far From Home became Sony's highest-grossing movie of all time. The two sides were apparently negotiating a new Spider-Man deal and couldn't find any middle ground. Disney wants 50% of the money made by Spider-Man films, while Sony wants to stay with the 5% deal where Marvel still gets all of the licensing. Neither side is willing to budge quite yet, leading to the initial report that talks had died. Of course, this could be nothing more than a marketing tactic by Sony to try and get Marvel to move its price, but that remains to be seen. A few hours after the first report, Sony released a statement basically blaming Disney for the failing discussions, saying things like, "We are disappointed in Disney's decision to pull Feige's involvement, and we hope this might change in the future." None of those reports or comments have mentioned the MCU directly, but that's the link Kevin Feige provides. Without him, there's no MCU for Spider-Man. That's where the dust has settled for now, but at this rate, something will probably change by the time I'm done recording this video. For all the latest news on the ongoing Spider-Man saga, be sure to keep it locked on comicbook.com.